Hello Internet, geocache spoilers here. The face behind, the voice behind, the face behind the camera. Hello, I don't normally like being on this side of the camera, but I would like to address some local concerns. So sorry for upsetting the normal viewing pleasure, but I wanted to open up a forum of discussion on a topic. It is geocaching related. Apparently I have unintentionally upset some local people. I never told anybody I had this channel. I've met tens of local geocaches, been to geocaching events, and I didn't let on about this for the obvious reason that I don't want to spoil the local caches to people. And I thought the internet was a big enough place for this to sort of hide in amongst it. I never give out, with good reason, I never give out in the videos the GC code or highlight the area where I am or anything like that. Now unfortunately a local person found it and he's passed it on to a few local people who have passed it on to a few other local people, and which seems a little silly to me. Anyone watching the videos is only going to spoil it for themselves. Now they're taking exception to me uploading these videos. I've had letters demanding that I remove my channel. I've had letters demanding that I must ask permission before videoing caches and this, that and the other. Now, so I'd like to put forward my arguments as to why I don't think that should be necessary. And just really, I mean, listen, I've been wrong before, and I will gladly hold my hands up if, where and when I'm wrong. But in this instance, you know, I don't really think I'm doing any harm. Because, like I say, the channel is quite clearly marked and named geocache spoilers. Anyone looking at it is going to get exactly what it, you know, it does exactly what it says on the tin. They're geocache spoilers. So the only thing I can say quite simply is, if you don't like it, don't look at it. It can't be any plainer than that. Good example, in fact, is my brother knew, he was one of the only people that knew I had this channel. I put out a whole bunch of caches myself, and I had videoed them, and he knew they were on YouTube. He didn't get the first to find on these caches because they were quite difficult, and he didn't spoil it for himself. So, you know, that is the only thing I can say, sort of thing. You know, like I say, you are only spoiling it for yourself. My original intentions behind making this channel, and for the record it seems to have worked. Firstly, there's a good point to start with perhaps. I have unintentionally introduced hundreds of people to geocaching so far. Make no mistake, the channel has been a resounding success. 1,000 subscribers in a little under a month. I don't know if you people know a lot about YouTube, but that is pretty unheard of, really. That's exceptional success of the channel, if you like. And my reasoning behind making the channel in the first instance was, I consider myself a newbie at this. I've not been doing this long at all, and already I am bored of another 35mm at the bottom of a footpost sign. You know, people are calling it geo trash now, which, you know, makes sense to me. So I wanted to promote, you know, like I said, the world's a big place, and I wanted to promote people making better caches and sort of showcasing some of the better ones. And again, make no mistake, without a doubt, read some of the comments below the videos. You know, I've had an awful lot of so much positive feedback, and indeed I'm batting off emails by the tens every single day. I seem to be playing technical support for new geocaches, and people have told me, oh, that's a good idea, you know, oh, that gave me inspiration to do this, whatever. So really, yeah, that's all I wanted to say, you know, just sort of sum up the fact that anyone looking at it, knowing they are local to what I'm videoing, is silly. I've now taken the trouble of mentioning on the homepage that, you know, these are from the East Midlands and I'm recording them from the East Midlands, so if you are local to that, don't look at them. And anyone who is, then, well, like I say, they're only potentially spoiling things for themselves. There's 1.5 million geocaches in the world, and anyone thinking that you could find a geocache from one of my videos is silly. because like I say, I don't give away the GC code. Even if asked, people have asked me, oh, what's the code on that one? What's this one called? No, I don't tell people for that very reason, and I was conscious of that from the beginning. If you search Google for geocache video, you'll find a little under 1 million results. So I'm not the only person doing this, and like, you know, I really don't see any harm in it. I don't, if I'm genuinely honest. But I would welcome your comments. I would welcome, I mean, should I close the channel? You know, is that the general consensus? How would you feel if I videoed one of your caches? What about if I was local to you? I mean, but like I say, you know, bear in mind, the only thing is, you know, if you don't like it, don't look at it. You know, nobody's forcing anybody. So, yes, thanks for listening to this me rant on. I'm sure I've bored you enough. I won't be hopefully making videos like this in the future. We're just going to be looking at the geocaches and interesting things about that. So sorry for boring you, and yeah, comments below. Appreciate it. Thank you so much.